Hello everyone, this is Leah Mary Silva, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the 7 strategies of assessment for learning. And before we do that, what is formative assessment anyways? Formative assessment is a powerful tool used by teachers to provide students with feedback during instruction in order to enrich their learning and understanding. The formative assessment promotes students to answer the question, where am I going, where am I now, and how can I close the gap? The strategies 1 and 2 addresses the question, where am I going? Strategy 1 is to provide students with a clear understandable vision of the learning target. Teachers need to state their objectives at the onset of the lesson. They can do so as is, or they can provide rubrics or checklists in order for students to understand in a student-friendly language. Strategy 2 provides students with strong and weak examples. Use anonymous work from other students, or co-construct examples and model them together. That takes us to strategy 3. And strategy 3 takes you to the next level, to where am I now? And that's by providing student effective feedback. Effective feedback focuses on students' strengths and weaknesses. It also happens prior to tests or prior to summative assessment. Effective feedback praises on students' work and effort and not on the students' intelligence. We have to remember that in order for effective feedback to be effective, we need to follow it with quality, not quantity. Additionally, effective feedback addresses partial understanding. We do not want to do all the thinking for our students. So when we are providing feedback, we have to provide feedback that only addresses, give them a guide, and then they can continue exploring their work on their own. The next step is strategy 4, self-assessment and goal setting. Teach students to self-assess and set goals for the next step. This strategy may seem time-consuming, but if done properly, it enriches the student learning. It gives them ownership. It gives them ownership for the learning. Students set goals, but remember that goals need to be set as specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. It promotes the student's self-efficacy, encourages students to identify the area that they are excelling and where they need to put more effort. Okay, and in strategy 5, it's the beginning of how can I close the gap. Begin by incorporating the feedback loop into your lesson planning. Know your student's background and be flexible. Address the student learning needs by identifying errors due to incomplete understanding, flaws in listening, and misconception. It is important to use these facts in order to address the students and be able to focus on one target at a time. The next step is designing focused instruction followed by practice with feedback. And it's a strategy 6, and it provides focused practice and revision. This is the most important aspect of this strategy, is making sure that the students feel comfortable in our classroom environment in order to be willing to ask questions, make mistakes without getting sanctioned, and where they can learn and promote each other. Inspire confidence on themselves, believe on your students, and inspire students to practice together, to learn from one another, collaborate. Last but not least is strategy 7, and it's to provide students with an opportunity to track, reflect, and share their learning. This strategy focuses students on collecting assignments or assessment in journals, portfolio, and learning logs, and have students compare what they used to know or do with what they know now and what they can do. And it promotes it puts students in control of their condition, of their success, and a deeper commitment to making progress. So there you have it, guys. These are the 7 strategies. And strategy 1 and 2 addresses the question, where am I going? Strategy 3 and 4 addresses where am I now? And then strategies 5, 6, and 7 addresses how can I close the gap. Don't forget that formative assessment is the best way, and it happens prior to